Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's talk about a little bit more about impacted canines. And I'm going to make this video more towards the primary care dentist, be it a pediatric dentist or a general dentist, because you guys are at the forefront. You guys are at the front lines. You guys are seeing every single patient in your office every 6 months, I hope. And you are finding these potential patients that might have problems and you're referring them to ortho or you're treating them yourself. I don't care as long as you're doing it properly. I don't care what you do, but you need to do one or the other. And you need to understand why you're referring them. That is the issue, is that most of you are just referring at age 7. Okay, you're 7, time for you to go. Well, doc, does my child need braces or need phase 1 treatment? Oh, the orthodontist will tell you. Well, now you're not doing great dentistry. You're doing circa 1970, 1980s dentistry where you don't fully understand the value of phase 1 interceptive, not only for the airway, for the face development, for the function, for the habits, for the nasal breathing, for the sleep, but also for the potential of impactions and needing teeth out later. And everything you do under age 7 makes a big difference on how the patient functions later, breathes later, sleeps later, acts later, looks later. You guys have really important decisions to make before age 7, and you can't be waiting till age 7 to make these decisions, is what I'm getting at. This is below standard of care now. And if you don't believe me, go to the American Dental Association, put in, do some research on children's airway and what you are required to know as a primary care dentist. You have a minimum requirement of understanding, and no, it's not taught in dental school. So you need to know when to refer, when to take the case, and how to qualify the referral. And that's what I'm here for, is to teach you that. And even if you choose not to treat a single phase 1 case in your office, you still need to understand this, is what I'm getting at. And that's what you need to learn. If you want to learn more, definitely check out our phase 1 playlist. It's all free. It's on our YouTube channel. Everything you need to know about phase 1 interceptive, it's there. If you want to get CE and have it in a more logical, reasonable order, we do have a CE class. Actually, we have a couple different ones, some with CE classes, some without. All of them have the content you need, but in a reasonable amount of hours, 13 hours, put in a logical order. You can go to Straightsmile Solutions, check it out. All right, so let's go into this journal article. This is some new literature. There's a bunch of old literature. I have a bunch of literature in my website, Straightsmile Solutions. It's kind of buried in there, but go find the information on phase 1 interceptive, and it's in there. You can read all the literature you want, and I also go over it. But here, this literature review article is complex. It was hard. Like I struggled with it, and I'm an orthodontist. So basically it, in a very complex way, went through all the different steps on how to know if you're going to potentially have an impacted canine, which I kind of already know, right? So I have my own screening form that I created about 7 or 8 years ago called My Phase 1 Smile. It is patented, trademarked, everything. You cannot copy it because I own it. But I will give it to you. If you take my course or if you do any a la carte session with me, just send me a receipt, send me some type of data, and I will send you a copy of it. I also recommend you screen every single patient in your office who's under age 10 with it. It's going to just give you so much more information, and you're going to know when to refer and when not to refer and understand things better. But basically, it's very similar. This literature that was published is very similar to my article, to my form, which I created 8 years ago, where we're looking at certain things, right? So we're looking at, first of all, how old is the patient? Less than 10, 10 to 12. I mean, this makes a big difference, right? And the younger the patient is, the more pliable the bone is, the better the outcome. So you need to catch these before age 10 for sure. I would like before age 8. So age is a factor, as well as the position of the atopic canine in the bone. Is it crossed over the lateral? Is it crossed halfway over the lateral? Is it crossed fully over the lateral? Is it crossed over the central? The more teeth it crosses over towards the midline, the worse it is. What about the position, the angulation of the tooth? Is it vertical? Is it angulated 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 40 degrees? The more tipped it is, the worse it is. The more it crosses over, the worse it is. A palatal tooth is way worse than a buccal tooth. I'll take a buccal tooth any day. If I know if it's buccal, I can probably do this without a surgery, without a major surgery, which is great, right? Especially if I intervene earlier. If it's buccal, the earlier I intervene, the more likely we can do this without surgery. If it's palatal, the odds are you're probably going to have surgery no matter what. It just depends on how much success you're going to have with the surgery. So my suggestion, if it's palatal, y'all need to refer this out, at least for phase 2. You can do the phase 1. But the phase 2, you're probably going to need to refer it out. So maybe you're not going to want to take this as a comprehensive case. Maybe you're just going to want to take it as a phase 1 case. But this is much more severe, right? If it's palatal, I'm going to be much more worried about everything up here and the angulation. So much for you to know. Please work with us on a case, start to finish. On on a potentially palatally impacted management case, but we'd love for you to take these as a 7, 8, or 9-year-old and do the phase 1. All right, thanks so much.